What's up, boys and girls? This is your GamerGirl Jessi back for another Dreamfall chapter video. So a lot has happened in the previous episode, and a lot has happened in their life, and we've met Kian and all that stuff. So let's check our journal. So we've had I think this is a therapy session and stuff like that. So let's check. 3 months in therapy, and this is the present. This is the past, okay? So, awake, alive, amnesiac. Doctor told me to keep a journal. Said it might help me deal with not remembering. Because this might be temporary, but it might also be permanent. A whole year lost. So, journal, dictating, voice to text. Expect some rambling. How to begin? Hello, diary? Hello, dear reader of my diary? No, I'm the only one who could be reading. I made sure of this, all the encryptions, and I'm certain I'll never read this because awkward. No matter, this is about the process of recording my thoughts, my days, my life. The days of my life. This is about remembering. So key points. Been awake for a few days now, still in bed most of the time, but drugs and implants and robotic appendages are helping make this a rapid recovery, a rapid physical recovery. Getting used to food. Food is lovely. They bring me the food and I eat the food. All of the food. And I eat all day. Weight gain will not be a problem. Dad wants me to join him in Mumbai. There's nothing for me here in Casablanca. An empty apartment. Painful memories. I can't stay here. But live with Dad after all the things? As for my memories, not a whole lot of those. Not since before the whole ordeal. But Dad filled in a few of the gaps when I woke up. Riza vanished. I went searching for him. I discovered the Waticorp Dream Machine Project / conspiracy, the story Riza was chasing. Also found out that my mother was involved, except I didn't know she was my mother. Also, I didn't know my mother was alive. Also, she put me in a coma. Summary? Went off after investigating a journalist's ex-boyfriend on silly rescue mission, discovered corporate plot to control people's dreams, found out my father's been lying to me all my life and that my mother isn't dead. In short, I thwarted a global conspiracy and in return, Mommy Dearest injected me with an experimental drug. It's a sordid story. I could probably sell it for $1 billion new yuan. But hey, bonus, I saved the world. Made some tasty lemonade from those pesky lemons. No, following Dad to Mumbai is not an option. I'll have to do this on my own now, without Dad, without a safety net, without memories. I'm Zoe Castillo, awake, alive, and amnesiac. This is on April 10, Monday. Dear Diary, etc. 1 week on my feet and feeling fine. Scary how quickly you can get over being in a coma for a year with the help of a modern science. I barely have bad sores. So, what now? Riza and I are talking about getting together again, and I've been thinking. He's living in Europolis. I'm rootless. No roots. I can go anywhere. It doesn't matter. I'm starting a new life. I get to pick where to begin. Yes, relationship. I work fast. Is this a good thing? It feels like it could be. Riza visited me almost every day when I was sick. He never stopped talking to me. He was the first thing I saw when I woke up. Okay, yes, so we broke up because it wasn't working, but that was before. This is after, and I'm different. We both are. We've both turned a page, begun a new chapter. It is a good thing. I think I will join Riza in Europolis. Why not? It'll be an adventure. Friday, April 14th. I've decided to cut off contact with Dad, at least for now. This may turn out to be a bad idea, but I'm angry and disappointed. I can't forgive him for keeping so many secrets from me for so many years. Telling me my mother was dead when she was so clearly wasn't. Even if she wasn't evil when she is, and even if she ended up trying to kill me and she did, and that's not something you do to your only child. You don't lie. Not about that. I hope these feelings will pass. Or maybe hope isn't the right word. I'll keep an open mind. But for now, and for the unforeseeable future, he will not be a part of my life. My life right now is all about getting back on my feet. Emotionally, I'm walking just fine. I'm moving to Europolis to live with Riza. That's enough for now. April 17th. Tomorrow, bye-bye Casablanca. Hello Europolis. Europolis! That's so European. I barely made to Europe. Not a huge fan. Rampant poverty, crime, pollution, awful food. And yet, that's where I'm going. Europolis, Prague District, Propast. That was an easy choice, since that's where Riza's working. Yes, he's still with a hand that feeds. He's still an investigative journalist, still taking that whole saving the world thing seriously. I love him. I still don't know what I'll be doing once I get to Europolis, aside from playing house with Riza. When I woke up, I knew I didn't want to go back to school to continue my bioengineering degree. It was crystal clear to me, like I'd had that whole argument in my head while I was in the coma, and it was settled. That's fine, I'm not going to fight it. I'm just curious why my mind was set. It was odd. Saturday, April 22nd. Iris. Capital letters, please. I hate Europolis. Thank you. Back to lowercase. 5 reasons I hate Europolis. There's no sun. None. It's always raining. Always. There's no vegetation, no trees, no plants, no grass, none. They claim to speak English, but it's littered with slang words like moss and ball. I don't understand half of what they're saying. Did I mention there's no sun? Ugh. But oh, it's fantastic and I love it. Zoe, contradictions, you are full of them. I'm starting a new chapter. I'm putting the past behind me. I'm growing up. I'm no longer defined by who I was or what I did or didn't do before the coma. That's why I love it. We've already found a place super close to Riza's office and we're moving in on Monday or Tuesday. Of course, we haven't actually seen the place outside of simulation, but I'm sure it's perfect. It can be a hellhole and it'll be perfect. It'll still be perfect. It doesn't matter how I feel about Europolis or about the apartment or about not having a job or about being scared. Because I'm here now and this is the beginning of a new story for me. Monday, April 24th. I started therapy today. Dr. Roman Zelinka, psychotherapist, good head of hair, darky suit. Riza found him. He came recommended from someone at the hand. He's nice. I like him. There's chemistry. I can talk to him. He didn't push me or any of my very large buttons. Of course, it's all therapy smoke and mirrors, but I don't mind. If I don't see strings being pulled, I don't care. It's also a 5-minute walk from home. Convenient! On that note, I do need to start working out. The food is pretty awesome here in Propast. I'm still not quite sure what therapy is going to do. Help me remember? I do want to remember. How much and how fast? I don't know yet. I'll take things as they come, I guess. I'm adaptable. Adaptable, Zoe. Tomorrow, I start looking around for something logical locally. A job where I can use at least of a few of my skills or my head, failing that my body, and no, that doesn't sound right at all. I prefer something in tech, but I'm not picky. Whatever comes my way, I'll manage. Thursday, April 27th. So here are 3 facts about our tiny flat in the Sonanskan Plaza Terraces, however that's pronounced. It's number 1, it's tiny. It's the size of my bedroom in Casablanca if you didn't include the balcony. Number 2, it smells weird. Number 3, the window looks straight into a brick wall with neon signs on it. But I love it. We have our own place. I couldn't wish for anything more. I feel liberated. I feel like myself again. Well, sort of a forgetful amnesiac self. Half Zoe, but a better half. Sunday, April 30th, 2222. Project Find a Friend or 5 has begun. It sounds so desperate, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try and build a life for myself here, and part of that is having friends, right? The lady with the food cart outside of Dr. Zelenka's office is one of my projects. She's really weird and a bit too intense, but I like her. Nella, was it? Yes, Nella. She's on my list. My list of candidates, friends, candidates. If anyone ever finds out about this list, I will have to kill them. Sol's on the list too. Sol's a friend, but he's also Reese's best friend, so I can't hijack him and make him my best friend. Also, I'm starting to think Sully might have the sincere crush on me. He's with, though, a true mensch. Well, I was busy. I have a job, I think. I was in the Chinese market, what they call the bricks, because bricks, browsing for tea when my iris popped up with a notification about a job posting about a few blocks away. Training neural engineer wanted ASAP, unreasonable long hours, blank pay, contact Mira at Pandemonium. I don't know, I found that intriguing. Okay. The place Pandemonium looked shady from the outside and even shadier on the inside, and Mira turned out to be incredibly offensive, but something about her has reminded me of my friend Liv. Also, the job sounds interesting. It's a trainee position and I'll have to do a ton of new non-neural programming stuff like deliveries and bot assembly, but I think I'll learn a lot, and it's complete left turn for me, something completely different, which is good. At the same time, it's also like I'm following in Liv's Olivia DeMarco's footsteps. Honoring her memory, she was always trying to teach me, and she kept asking me to start working for her. Of course, back then, I liked the motivation and drive, but now I want to learn. I want to do something with my life. I don't know if this is it, but it's something. We'll see where it goes. Mira didn't really confirm whether I got the job or not, but she also said to stop by at 9 o'clock tomorrow, so yes, we'll see how that plays out, I guess. Her partner, Wit, didn't say a word when I was there, and Mira kept insulting him, but it didn't work like it bothered him at all. He seems like a giant gentle. But is he mute? He didn't even look at me once. I'm not sure I get him yet. He's huge though, massive, a mountain. Okay, so we're obviously practicing our voice acting here. Let's try a different one. Thursday, June 15th, 2220. I knew I wouldn't be able to keep updating my journal on a regular basis. I'm so predictable. And busy me. So an update, yoga for my mind, and exercise in memory. Here goes. Number 1, your place is growing on me. Okay, yes, the flat is awful. The ventilation system rarely works. It's hot. It feels weird. There's no sunlight and people talk funny. I like the energy. I like the diversity. Casablanca was like London. Beautiful, safe, prosperous, all shiny metal and glass, polished stone, but never particularly exciting. It's exciting here. And there's history in these streets. Filthy, stinky, crumbling, fading history, but history. There are art galleries and cinemas and 1,000 million food courts. I had a pierogi for lunch and it was delicious. Sure, there are seedy sex clubs, illegal dream emporiums, and people urinating on the streets. But at least it's genuine urination. Urination with gusto. I like my job. Number 2. Weird, I know. I'm not using my education at all. And I'm starting on the floor, below the floor, in the sub basement. But that's sort of refreshing, liberating. I'm learning a lot. I feel like I'm actually evolving. Maybe in 6 months, a year, I can use my newfound skills to get a good job. But for now, I like this. I've gone political. So that's pretty weird, I guess. When did Zoe ever care about politics? I hear people say inside their heads, which means I can also read minds now. Awesome. But I both do and don't. Let me explain. Okay, that's so hard. I can't do British because I keep shifting to other accents. Like, you guys can identify it, but I don't know what kind of accent that is. Like, so weird, right? Ooh, weird. Okay, let's try a different one. Something that isn't... since this is practice anyway, you guys can watch if you want. Or you guys can just, like, not watch the video at all. But mostly, this is just going to be me practicing. Weird. Okay. Dear Diary, I'm now volunteering for a political campaign. I was browsing the wire looking for things to do locally, and there it was, an ad for voluntary position assisting the Leah Uminska campaign. Uminska is the mayoral candidate for Unity, the Europolitan Society's Social Democratic Party. Hey, I thought that's the thing to do, which could be rewarding and interesting. I read up on Unity's agenda and Uminska's track record. I figured they were probably the party I'd vote for, if I voted, which I haven't sent in my application. The next day, I met Baruti. Baruti is great. More about him later. And 30 minutes later, I was a volunteer with a mission. I was political, so why? It's like waking from a slumber, I guess. Oh, hey, maybe a coma. Before all the things, I lived in a protected bubble. I was spoiled. I was bored. I was aimless. I didn't care. But going through what I went through, losing everything and everyone, moving to a new city, it's given me a perspective, if nothing else. And even if I'm still not a very political person, I do see the need for a change to happen. Here, everywhere. Also meeting Barudin, seeing his engagement and passion. Oh, that's infectious. It must be amazing to care as much as he does, to sacrifice and work hard to achieve something for the greater good. I want that. I want to be able to feel that way, and the social democrats seem like the only ones who won't do any more harm to Europolis. How's that for idealism? Number 4, as for the project Find a Friend, I'm not doing a very good job at it. And here are my candidates. Number 1, A. Nella of Nella Bites. Food cart lady, Marxist, firecracker, very loud and energetic, better in small doses. I can tolerate having lunch with her and maybe watching an old movie, not a sleepover or a day of shopping or a night of drinking. B. Sully. Love Sully. Sully's the best. But he's Reza's friend and he likes me just a tiny bit, but too much for us to just hang out on our own without it feeling maybe a teensy bit awkward. He's still awesome. Best guy. So, little C's Baruti, campaign manager guy. Yeah, maybe. He makes me smile and I have lots of fun working with him for him. But he's my boss and we're very different. We can be friendly, we can have drinks and talk about the campaign or Europolis or food, but that's as far as it goes. Dimira, with, Reza, this is a depressing list. Sunday, July 23rd. I can't believe it's not sand. I read they use imported space rocks that are pulverized, processed, exposed to radiation to, hey, irony, remove radiation, and then they use that to make fake beaches. Why not just use sand or earth rocks? Space rocks so much better than earth rocks. Anyway, we're not in Europolis anymore, Toto. Trieste is exactly how I imagine Trieste would be like, filled with Europolitans escaping the smog and fog and heat and rain and pollution in order to risk skin cancer on fake beaches and while eating food. That's a lot worse than the food and propas in hotels made of plastic polymers. Also, swimming in out of the question. You really need to wear a hazmat suit to go swimming in the Mediterranean these days. This is a far cry from the pristine beaches of Camps Bay or Negoro or even Zanzibar. And now I miss Africa. But this trip wasn't about all that. It was about getting away and being together and strengthening our relationship. It's been a bit rocky lately. It's been tough on Riza to have me in his space and tough on me to jump straight from year-long coma to relationship. Tough all around. There have been moments when I've thought was this a good choice? Did I really think it through? Can I deal with the consequences? So yeah, we needed this. We needed more of this. We're both so busy and preoccupied in propas that we sometimes get on each other's nerves. Here, we've been able to relax, find peace, and have lots and lots of awesome stuff. I'm still worried. Worried that I'll grow apart again. I'm worried that my instincts were right the first time around, that Riz is a good friend more than he is a partner. I'm worried, but I'll leave the worrying now for another day while I focus on soaking up these last few rays of wonderful sun. Also, I can't complain about the stuff. Sunday night, an update. It's really late and I have to be up really early. Rez is in the shower and I'm lying here in the bed staring up into the ceiling, thinking. It was such a hassle getting back to into ProPass. There are high checkpoints everywhere now and you need to show papers just to move between sectors, which is insane. So we waited in line for almost an hour and then we started arguing and suddenly all the good vibes from the weekend vanished and I felt like crying. It got better afterwards. We made up, but I can't help but feel there's something off. Like, we've started down different paths, and right now those paths are parallel, but soon they'll diverge, and then here's the reason I think I'm overacting. I'm so tired and grumpy, and good night. 3 months in therapy, still bat crazy. Hello. I'm not complaining. Doc's doing a good job, probably. My head's a mess. I've lost over a year of memories, but I'm getting back. Ish. And I do want to remember, but that's probably a step in the right direction, right? At least there's that. Anyway, I've spent enough time in my head today. No more psychotherapy. Dear Diary, let's move forward and focus on the present. Oh well, I just wasted almost 20 minutes of your time. Well, that is all. This is just really basically all about my voice acting practice stuff. So, if you guys want to hear my progress, or I don't know, hear me humiliate myself by doing this, you guys can, I don't know, if you made it this far. Well, that will be all, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Next time, it'll be for real episode 2 of this gameplay. Thank you, and goodbye.